I'm Holmes. Look at some of the lead stories tonight. Speeding 18-year-old driver plows car into 3 bystanders, killing them on the spot. Farmers upset as millers now paying $5,000 less per ton of rice. Guyana submits arguments in border case against Venezuela to ICJ. PNC urges Guyanese to get registered during GECOM'S continuous registration exercise, and single mothers can earn up to $7,000 a day under new dairy initiative. Now for the news in detail. 3 persons who were outside of a bar situated on the De Willem, West Coast Demerara Public Road were last evening instantaneously killed after a speeding car driven by an 18-year-old lad crashed into them. The victims' families are struggling to come to grips with reality and are calling for the full force of the law to be meted out against the reckless young driver who was reportedly racing with another vehicle at the time of the tragedy. Amar Prasad has our lead story tonight.
Dead are 22-year-old Carlito Gobin of De Willem, 46-year-old Kiran Rampersad of Zeeburg, and 44-year-old Ayub Mohammed of Metamirzarg. The trio, who were standing outside of the Sharmila Harikissoon Sports Bar late last evening, were struck down and killed by motorcar PVV 1051, which was being recklessly driven by an 18-year-old. Reports are that the teenager and another vehicle were racing along the public road when the young man lost control of the motorcar, crashed into a vehicle that was parked outside of the bar, and then slammed into the bystanders. 2 other persons were struck down during the incident, and they are currently being treated for their injuries. The teen driver also received injuries about his body and is currently receiving medical attention under police guard. Imran Ali, the 53-year-old father of Carlito Gobin, is calling for justice for his son, who he expressed was brutally and wrongfully killed.
I was walking and I started crying. I called my boss man and I run out from back of Republic Park till to the bridge. Just to get a vehicle for me home. When I meet the Don guy, I couldn't see. I need a photo even with the head, with the brains on the ground and the foot broken. I have 1 photo. And I need justice for my son. And I have to get him somewhere or something. He was sitting down when he got hit down, buddy. He was sitting down eating. He didn't even get to eat, he had that. And he got hit down and dead. In relation, they're begging them to take their time and be careful on the road so that they cannot end up in the same situation as what this man did.
It's 3 lives he killed, 3 lives.
3 persons killed 1 time.
Besham Rampersad, the 68-year-old brother of Kiran Rampersad, explained that after receiving the news of the accident, he rushed to the scene, only to find his brother lying on the road covered with sheets, awaiting to be escorted to a medical facility.
Here, accident passed on the road there. Well, I jumped out of the bed. That was 10 to 10. And I go jump in a car and we go there. We got a whole lot of traffic jam and so. I jump out of the car, I run to the scene, I see a bed sheet, cover the guy. That's policeman say you can't move nothing. They say, to hell with you, man, this is my brother. And I remove the sheet. I say, it's Rocky. Face down, hand, got a piece of black in the neck. Them guys just buy car. Buy the book, buy the car, and they're too young to drive on the road.
The family members of Ayub Mohammed, the 3rd victim of the accident, was still traumatized by the horrific accident and were not able to speak with this newscast when visited. Home Affairs Minister Rubson Ben, at the scene of the accident last night, expressed concerns over the continued reckless usage of the country's roadways, particularly by young male drivers.
We can't help but emphasizing again the issues relating to speeding on the roads, particularly by the younger demographic, males, and speeding associated with drinking.
Police said the young driver had no trace of alcohol in his breath. Investigations are ongoing. For the evening news, Amar Prasad.
A fire of unknown origin last evening destroyed a welding shop located at Lusignan, East Coast Demerara. The fire service was made aware of the incident at around 20:55 hours, and water tenders from the Albertown, Campbellville, and Melanie fire stations responded. The structure involved was a wooden and concrete building of 2 floors owned by Joseph Mohammed and occupied by Jamaluddin Mohammed as a welding shop. As a result of the fire, the building and its contents were destroyed. Investigations are ongoing to determine what caused the inferno. Scores of rice farmers from Blackbush Polder, Region 6, are up in arms over an apparent decision taken by millers to decrease the amount they pay per ton of rice. The 2 rice millers operating in the area reduced the price being offered per ton of rice from $70,000 per ton to $65,000 per ton. The farmers blocked roads, cutting off communities in their protest action. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael reports that up to yesterday, the rice farmers received $70,000, but today the price being offered was reduced.
Rice farmers gathered outside of Readol Hack Rice Industries at Les Beholden and another at Amazona Rice Investment Inc. at Johanna. They have been demanding more for the paddy, refusing to accept what the millers are offering. The millers say that it is the world market which determines how much they can afford to pay for paddy. But the farmers are furious, saying that for the current crop their expenses were much higher than previous, with the costs for manure, fertilizer, labor and land preparation all being increased. The price to rent land has moved upwards also. For a 15-acre, which the farmers refer to as a plot of land, rental moved from $300,000 to $500,000. The farmers are calling for governmental intervention. At Les Beholden, the road was blocked, shutting off parts of that polder and the entire Maibikuri.
I plant 380 acre rice.
And what happened?
And the rice price gone down and my cost make high. Fertilizer, everything raised. $11,000 bag, $10,000. And now $70,000 been reasonable for me, but now we got $65,000 and I can't afford that, can't clear a cabbage expense.
Drugs, what does buy for like about 5.5, 7.5 now. Like fertilizer been a 5.4 last crop. You raise my 5.4 to 12.5. That way they what the RBA buy fertilizer cash. That way they farm. And fuel price right up. We can't afford.
Normally, them rice mill start with 70,000 ton and one drop all 2 mill make one drop and drop yesterday morning to 65,000, 5,000 a ton. Right now, I will last 300,000 every plot paddy every 15 acre. So it's a stress on every rice farmer because that remove the little money where you make from the rice and them take it off, you know. And the fertilizer price gone way up by about 110, 120% from last crop to this crop.
Many were forced to abandon their vehicles and walk home. Rice farmers taking their paddy from the field to dry also could not pass. Regional Chairman David Armagon met with rice farmers who were demanding that the Agriculture Minister meets with them. He told them that the Agriculture Minister was meeting with millers and they will be informed later of the outcome of that meeting. Barbara Felix, who cultivates a plot of land at Johanna, says it is impossible for her to make a living at the current price she has to pay for land rent. She cultivates 1 plot of land and pays $500,000 for rental.
When the next thing they grade your rice, say red rice and broken or whatever, but we're not getting that. They're still keeping that to make other stuff to sell with it. Give us what belongs to us, so that we can go ahead and sell that and get back some more money. Instead of you keeping it and you're not paying us for that. It's very unfair.
What was the price for last crop and so for the fertilizer?
When we buy $10,600.
Okay, before what you said it raised
$5,000.
It raised from 5 to
$10,600.
And fuel, like how much fuel?
Personally, I buy 2 drum of fuel, diesel, for 1 plant. This 15 acre, and there's 100,000.
For the 2 drum?
Yes. The manure price, it was $1,000. Now we've gone to $1,200 and $1,500.
Okay.
Right? So it's unfair. And when you sit down and you calculate all that money, plus you gotta pay somebody to work, you feel it's $300,000. You understand? So it's unfair to us to come up over $1 million and something.
For the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
Guyana has submitted its written arguments for its memorial to the International Court of Justice, a critical step in the adjudication of Guyana's border controversy with Venezuela. Jarrell Bryant tells us more.
In a statement today, Guyana's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation confirmed the submission of the memorial to the ICJ. This was a requirement of the International Court per its December 18, 2020 decision that it had the jurisdiction to hear the case against Venezuela. In a statement, they noted that Guyana now looks to the court's judicial process to settle the matter in accordance with the rule of law. According to the ministry, the true commemoration of the 1966 Geneva Agreement is to participate fully in the juridical process. Back in March 2021, ICJ had granted Guyana until today to file its written submissions for the case. Venezuela, which has been obstinate in its refusal to accept the ICJ role in the matter, was given until March 8, 2023 to submit its counter-memorial. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
Progress has been made when it comes to negotiating the reduction of phytosanitary and other trade barriers in the region, with CARICOM member states dubbed the Coalition of the Willing, preparing to advance discussions even further. Here are the details.
Reporting on this progress was President Dr. Afan Ali during a press conference on Sunday to give an update on Guyana's participation as the 33 Intersessional Heads of State meeting. According to him, a coalition of the willing are leading the push from dialogue to action on removing trade barriers.
And one of the things that we are working on is the removal of the barriers to trade. And there is a new term being developed, that is the coalition of the willing. Those who are ready to move forward, we are going to work together in advancing this and moving it forward in an accelerated way. And those who need some time to catch up and some time in terms of the decision making in the removal of these barriers will be given that time. But the entire region cannot wait for everyone. We have to advance this.
President Ali explained that Guyana has been working closely with countries like Belize, Barbados, Suriname, Jamaica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Antigua on the issue. He further noted that they have been working on getting trade barriers in Trinidad and Tobago removed with some success.
But it calls for a political commitment. It calls for a political commitment from the very top. And I'm very pleased to say that in this CARICOM Heads of Government meeting, that political commitment is emerging as an overwhelming view in terms of the removal of these barriers and advancing our common economy.
President Ali had previously declared that his government would be pursuing an aggressive campaign to dismantle regional barriers to agricultural trade. There have been instances where Guyana's exports, for instance rice in Jamaica in 2019, was rejected at the port. Shane Marks, The Evening News.
Coming up, mother of 15 walks 18 miles to observe 80th birthday, and meet Shemlin Abrams, a seamstress, a teacher, a breadwinner, a resilient woman. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
This is Mocha.
John Lewis Styles introduces Eddie Domani, Vertical Sport, and Alberto Cardinale, a line of very affordable men's clothing especially suited for the workplace. Get polos from $2,800, dress shirts from $3,995, shirt jacks from $5,500, and even jeans and dress pants from $5,995. We can supply large companies with special sizes and colors upon request. Come visit us on Waterloo Street and ask for a quotation. Umbrellas, computer bags, footwear, and women's workwear are also available. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
In just 2 years, oil production earned Guyana a whopping $608 million. These funds are being used to build bridges, roads, and other infrastructure to improve the lives of all Guyanese.
Did you know that when you leave your property unoccupied and unmanaged, it deteriorates much faster than you can imagine? Then before you know it, much of your hard-earned investment is wasted. At Hand in Hand Trust Corporation, property management is our business. Whether you travel for long periods, live overseas, or have several properties that require managing, let us at Hand in Hand Trust Corporation take care of this for you. Your property is safe with us. Hand in Hand Trust Corporation Incorporated, a member of the Hand in Hand Group of Companies.
Combo pack up, we feeling best. Sunshine stacks above the rest. There is no contest, is the best mix, so we feeling best. Best value to how you feeling. Only cheesy, too much ripples and more combo pack of flavors galore, yeah. Combo pack up, we feeling best. Sunshine stacks above the rest. There is no contest, is the best mix, so we feeling best.
Sunshine Snacks Combo Pack, now with a new look and new mix. Grab your pack today.
Best mix, so we feeling best.
Supervet safety tips to help fight COVID-19. Practice regular washing of hands with soap and water or alcohol-based solution. Remember to always wear your mask whenever in public areas to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Clean and disinfect high-touch surfaces daily with soap and water or detergent. Practice physical distancing by staying at least 6 feet away from others. Supervet cares about you. Let's help keep each other safe.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. The country has recorded 14 new cases of the novel coronavirus, taking the total positives detected to date to 63,076. There are 4 persons in the ICU, 26 in institutional isolation, 211 in home isolation, and 4 in institutional quarantine. The death toll remains at 1,223, while recoveries moved up to 61,612. By the year 2027, Guyana will be working to eliminate 5 neglected infectious diseases that have been detected locally and continue to affect the population. More in this Rupasina report.
The Health Ministry, in collaboration with PAHO WHO, on Monday hosted an infectious disease national action plan stakeholder consultation to cover the years 2022 to 2027. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony indicated that while the WHO had identified 20 diseases that need to be eliminated by the next decade, Guyana will be working on 5: filaria, chagas, leishmaniasis, leprosy, and soil-transmitted helminths. With regard to filaria, the ministry has been able to complete the mass drug administration and is in the process of assessing whether their targets were accomplished in eliminating this disease.
In 5 years' time, if we're going to have an exercise like this again, we shouldn't be here trying to talk about how we are going to control this or that as it relates to these 5 diseases. We should be talking about new challenges because we would have already accomplished this. But to know that we are on track, we probably have to set some annual benchmarks to make sure that we are on track. And we'll have to do this on a regular basis to analyze where we are and to take the relevant steps to make sure that we stay focused.
Apart from these diseases, he brought into focus the presence of dengue and snake bites and the need for a robust program to manage such cases.
I want to ask you also to perhaps start thinking about what we can do with dengue, because it's still a challenge for us here in the country. Very often we hear of persons getting infected, and we perhaps need to think seriously to have a more robust program of trying to reduce the burden of dengue in Guyana. So that's something that maybe we should put on our radar. Snake bites continue to be an issue. Periodically we'd see persons being bitten, and they have all kinds of challenges. So that too, we should start looking at and come up with a program of how we can manage these things more effectively.
Over the coming days, stakeholders will work to craft a workable agenda that will assist the ministry in achieving its 5-year target. Rupa Sinarain, The Evening News.
In light of the commencement of the continuous registration exercise this week by the Guyana Elections Commission, GECOM, the People's National Congress Reform is asking Guyanese to ensure that they get registered. Find out more in this report.
Chairman of the PNCR, Sherwin Holder, expressed during a press conference on Tuesday that GECOM should fulfill the mandate of ensuring that the registration process is conducted in all regions to the full satisfaction of applicants. The continuous registration process is necessary in updating the list of electors and paving the way for the holding of local government elections later this year. GECOM has 28 permanent registration offices located in all 10 administrative regions.
We urge all eligible Guyanese to get registered by visiting the GECOM registration office in their area with the relevant source documents. Note that first-time applicants during the 2019 house-to-house registration have to now reapply from scratch, get registered.
In another matter, the PNCR has said that it has already engaged other parties in the Partnership for National Unity and its coalition partner, the Alliance for Change, on the ascension of PNC leader Aubrey Norton as the opposition leader. However, in terms of a replacement for Joseph Harmon, whose resignation as Member of Parliament will take effect this month, a slew of candidates is on the list of possible replacements to fill the seat. No one has been shortlisted as of now, and he could not indicate how many persons are being considered for the position.
It's a process. We have to wait until Mr. Harmon resigns, and we'll take it from there. As I said before, we have a number of names, a long list, and so it's a process. When we get to the replacement, we'll let you know. The party had made a decision that the party leader will become the leader of the opposition. That is where we are with that. Much of it is in the public domain already. We had consultations with APNU and we had consultations with AFC, our coalition partners. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a done deal.
The Guyana government is aiming to launch an initiative whereby single mothers can earn as much as $7,000 a day by supplying fresh cow's milk to the 150 million processing facility at Onverwacht, West Coast Berbice. This was indicated by President Dr. Irfan Ali on Sunday during a press conference hosted at State House, Georgetown. Luana McAllister tells us more.
Government will be investing heavily in the importation of special breeds of milking cows, which will benefit a number of single parents, specifically mothers under a new dairy initiative.
You know, we announced also about this huge beverage and dairy and milk processing facility that will create a lot of jobs. But to ensure we get the feed in to this facility, we have to bring in a special breed of milking cow, and we have to bring in a lot of them. Thousands. So whilst we'll have the mainstream farmers, I'm looking at the East Bank corridor in which we can get single parents, for example, single mothers, and they can have 2 cows. Now, if you do that throughout, you'll be able to produce the milk, and you have milking stations. This is how they do it in many of the countries that has a strong dairy industry. And they have milking stations where the milk goes to the station. You're talking about a family earning maybe $7,000 per day, with the government between 5 to 7. Don't hold me strongly to the numbers, but between 5 to 7. With the government catalyzing this by investing in the capital, bringing in the breed of animal and getting people involved. And that is part of the plan. That is part of the holistic plan.
President Dr. Irfan Ali hinting at this new initiative during a press conference on Sunday. In October 2021, the SUD was turned for the 150 million Amaya plant in Region 5. The project was conceptualized and is being developed by Canadian-based investor Omkar Sharma. The first project is expected to be rolled out in 2 phases. The first phase focusing specifically on the production of pasteurized milk, while the second phase, which is expected to commence within 2 years, will see the company producing other milk-based products such as yogurt and flavored milk, specifically strawberry and chocolate, among other unique flavors. Initially, the plant will be able to produce 100 gallons per day. This amount could later increase to 800 gallons a day, depending on the supply from farmers. At capacity, the facility is expected to make in excess of $75 million per month in direct payment to dairy farmers in Regions 5 and 6. At the turning of the sod, it was announced that construction will be completed, making way for Amaya's products to be on the shelves of local supermarkets by April 2022. With the introduction of Amaya's products to the local market, it is expected that Guyana's milk import bill, which is currently estimated to be $35 million per annum, will see a significant reduction. For the evening news, Lawanda McAllister.
A woman who gave birth to 15 children took an 18-mile walk to observe her 80th birthday on Sunday. Andrew Carmichael has this story.
Margie Summersell of Angais Avenue, New Amsterdam in Region 6 was joined by family members and friends as she walked throughout the entire east coast to Berbice. She walked from Palmaria to Firish, the village she was born at, covering the entire east coast of Berbice during her journey.
And I got my friends and they said, we're going to walk. We don't wait too much. I said, all right. And I go walk. I love walking.
Summersell worked as a bus conductor on buses with the Guyana Transport and Harbors Department. She retired at age 55 and sought employment as a security guard until last year. It was only then that she started walking. In her younger days at school, she said she refused to get involved in things like athletics. Now, on a daily basis, she leaves home at around 15 hours for her walk, which covers more than 10 miles and returns by 18 hours. She still takes care of a flower garden, attending to it every day, and ensures that she has her siesta before going for her afternoon walk. Family members say Summersell would walk to the hospital if she has to go, and also to the market. How important or how vital is walking to a person's health?
Oh yeah, it's very important. It keeps my every bone and body active. It's free. I don't have no pain. I don't trouble with no sickness and them sort of thing here. When you get a little fever and a little cold and everything. But I walk and I'm the mother of 15 children.
I understand you only started walking about a year ago after you stopped working?
Yes.
According to Summersell, she could not have been doing this amount of walking during her first 79 years of her life because once she became adult, she was working and did not stop until age 79. She is encouraging persons to pay more attention to their health. With 32 grandchildren so far, Summersell is already planning her next birthday. She wants to walk from New Amsterdam to Kildonan and back. That is a distance of about 45 miles. She told the Evening News that for her 100th birthday, she will be doing a special walk. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
In observation of today's International Women's Day, The Evening News' Shane Marks sat down with Shemlyn Abrams, a strong woman who owns her craft of sewing and one day hopes to see her business receive recognition. Let's take a look.
My mom used to sew, but I never liked it. All I used to do is she threading needle. But after my mom took sick with cancer, her last words to me is to go out there and learn a trade. And after the sewing course came up, and I told her, her words to me, go and learn it. I said, Mom, you're home and sick. I have to stay home and look at you. I said, no, you go and you learn a trade. I'll be okay.
That is Shemlyn Abrams, a full-time seamstress and a member of the Guyana Police Force. This 43-year-old woman has faced many hardships in her life, but through it all, she emerges strong through the craft of sewing.
I'm a seamstress for 20 years now. I learned to sew from the day had a community project, and I attended it, and I learned there.
Shemlin is also a lance corporal at a GPF tailor shop.
Being a police, my job at my work is also sewing. I work at the tailor shop, at the police tailor shop. So I sew all the time. I work from Sunday to Sunday. I go to work from 8 to 5, then come home at 6:30. Start to work at home from 7 till 10:30. Then wake up back and do the same thing every day.
The hard-working woman shared that she is a breadwinner of her family since her husband is out of a job.
My husband ended up in an accident, actually a year and change, home, now working. So I'm always on the go, always on the go.
This powerhouse of a woman hopes to someday expand her business and make it her main source of income and also provide employment for other women like herself.
My dream is to be more recognized so I could get contracts so that I could give to others.
Shane Marks, Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Wednesday, March 9th, 2022 at 9 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Barry's River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Wednesday, March 9th, 2022 at 7 hours 45 for a period of 1.5 hours.
Space Gym unveils new location at Mandela Avenue Mall, and McKinnon optimistic at return of outdoor archery. Details of these stories and more in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
Play our virtual Chick Chick game today and get a chance to win big. With over 450 draws, 3 dices, and 52 bet types to choose from. You can also be a winner with Superbet. Visit www.superbet.gy or any one of our agents closest to you. Play responsibly. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 18 years and over.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanups, or construction sites. It's simple. Step 1, just pick up the phone and give us a call. Step 2, we deliver the skip bin size of your choice. Step 3, load the skip with all of your junk. And finally, step 4, we take it all away. It's that simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there's no job that's too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-1150.
Miners, welders, and contractors. Have broken parts caused you tremendous downtime? Do you need an extra heavy-duty, dependable welding machine that will get the toughest jobs done and can also double as a generator to power all of your tools? Well, your #1 industrial solutions provider Sylvie's has you covered. We currently have in stock the Hobart Champion Elite Arc Welder and Generator. This capable electric start generator produces up to 11,000 watts of AC power to run tools, work lights, or backup power during an outage. It can simultaneously deliver 150 amps weld output and 8,000 watts of generator power and can run up to 14 hours on one 12-gallon tank of gas. This portable generator handles mild steel, stainless steel, and cast iron iron with a maximum thickness of ½ inch in a single pass. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it our 31 High and Hatfield Streets Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvie's Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Satco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store, located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rheinveld.
Get the right seal right now from Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc., your immediate SKF sealing solutions. The SKF Seal Jet Machine is capable of building seals from 5mm to 600mm in diameter in under 5 minutes. With technical support readily available, you can get a customized seal to suit virtually any industrial application, like buffer, rod, wiper, and piston seals. SKF Seal Jet Machine, now at Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc.
Welcome back to this evening's Sportcast, sponsored by Macorp. Brazilian-owned Space Gym, which is currently